Hello and welcome to Stephen Wilson production rehearsals at Millennium Studios in Bedford, England. I'm here to show you how great I think the Korg SV-1 is. I know this instrument has been around for a few years, but it's one of those instruments that I think is a timeless instrument. Korg has done a fantastic job with the piano sound and the Rhodes sound especially. I think one of the tricks was, and I'm not a scientist, but I think one of the tricks was that they managed to figure out an algorithm that captures the sympathetic vibrations when you play piano. For example, if you play one note on piano and you play another note, sympathetic vibrations are created and different harmonics are created, and Korg, I think, has managed to somehow capture that. Also, things like key lift and other very subtle programming effects have made the experience of playing the SV-1 the closest thing to playing the real thing, especially a Rhodes sound. I mean, it really sounds like a real Rhodes, but more importantly, it really feels like you're playing a real Rhodes. Even the piano, the piano sound is really, really good, but more important is it sounds like a real piano on a loud stage with a loud band. There's a number of really good piano controllers out there. I mean, piano simulations out there, digital pianos, whatever you want to call them. And most of the time they sound pretty good in a studio or in a store or in a small room. But once you get them onto a big loud stage with a big loud band, certain overtones and frequencies become much more out of proportion than you would expect. For some reason, the Korg sound, the Korg SV-1 piano sound stays even and it stays realistic. So it still has a little bit of bite down there. You don't get a whole lot of boominess from the low end, and you don't get a lot of brittle from the high end. It's just a nice, overall, believable piano sound. Now, I like to mutilate my sounds quite a bit, especially on Stephen's gig. He is always into sort of a retro approach to the Rhodes. And so, of course, I'll run through my effects very quickly. Delay, of course. Everyone knows and loves delay. I think if you want to bring back some real funky vibes, you got... Anyway, wah-wah pedal, and my favorite, ring modulator, which starts off as an LFO, kind of doing a tremolo effect, but once you speed up the LFO, you start to get sideband frequencies. So you combine that with the wah-wah and the delay, and you can really do a whole ambient trip. So we've gone pretty far away from a normal Rhodes sound with just a couple of pedals. But the way any good instrument responds to effects is also a sign of its, I don't know, overall organic quality. But anyway. Oh, and also I should mention that the internal effects are also very useful. So I kind of I like to go a little wild with the external effects, but the internal effects are very useful. On this patch, for example, I've got the Rhodes going through a sort of a tremolo and delay. So there's a lot of times in the songs where if I don't want that much of a radical change, I use the internal effects on the SV-1. And if I need to do something more extreme, then I go to the external. And there you have it. Thank you very much.